Was he from Ohio?
No. No, he wasn't from Ohio.
An Ohioan exorcist.
My sister lived in Ohio for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her.
Do you? Man.
I'm just kidding, man.
It's okay. I was kind of a weird spot anyways. They were out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been to Ohio.
Yeah, they were out in the country.
There's not much to look at.
So, did you hear Trump hung the Declaration of Independence in the office?
Yeah.
First president ever.
It does seem a little weird.
Right, it's kind of crazy, right? This is like the one of the founding documents of freedom in our country. And it's never been hung in the Oval Office? I mean, or in the White House?
Yeah.
I mean... yeah, my dude over at Ninjas of Butterflies was talking about how Trump probably is like hiding under the curtain in the dark, like reading the Declaration. This is funny.
Can you do an impersonation of that?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at a Trump, man.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We the people.
We're reading.
Of the United States. Yeah, I'm not super good with impersonations when it comes to like speaking.
She's ready to go.
Blown out, pump it. Feedback. Yeah. it's a like heavy banger.
Yeah.
Has it got a decent breakdown to it anywhere? Or?
I think so. I'm trying to remember how it goes.
So it's just a simple driving beat, just syncopated hits.
Yeah, the beat is simple. The vocals
drives though. That's really
right. The vocals are like he puts like that whiny, but like he like combines so much, man.
Yeah. Who's a band that kind of is similar to this feel of this song, but probably falls in a slightly different genre in Our Lady Peace.
Are they in peace?
Huh?
Are they in peace?
Are they at peace?
What did you say?
Our Lady Peace.
Our Lady Peace.
Our Lady Peace. Our Lady Peace. O-U-R.
Yeah.
Our Lady Peace.
Right.
I don't know how. That word is an odd one. Our. Is it hour?
But not hour.
Is it? Yeah, we're not out. Not like what time is it? Okay. Yeah, it's just like a slow driving feel.
Yeah.
Just kind of got that almost like corn.
Yeah.
Deep like grinding. It's like grind rock.
Grind rock. That's a good term.
Grindcore. That's
Grindcore.
That's a thing, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole scene, man. They just like.
Just grinding.
That is basically. I mean, it's not so fast that anybody's gonna get hurt, but it's not so slow that you don't feel the workout.
Yeah.
This is basically, you know, when you go to concerts and stuff like this when you're older, it's like going to a Richard Simmons show for metalheads. Everybody's like 35 and older. Yeah. Like exhausted. Just like the third song. Yeah, everyone's out of breath. Yeah. And just dying from sweat.
That's how we felt at Unreleased, man.
Bro, I tell you, man, it's because everybody there was like a millennial, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone was like 40 almost. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with these guys. Like, they're old enough. Like, that Chevelle's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And they got fans from, like, decades ago. I've been listening to Chevelle since 2006.
Yeah.
If not earlier. I think 2004 was when...
2004 would have been, like,
I think that was the first...
Wonder What's Next.
Yeah, yeah.
Their first album was 99.
Self-titled, right?
99? Yeah.
Was it really?
I think it was 99.
Dang.
Or 2000 maybe.
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Chevelle.
I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I started listening to him when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I graduated in 2006, so.
I found their CDs in my dad's CD album.
I believe that.
And that's when I started listening to it. Then I said, Wonder What's Next. So that's Rabbit Hole. Cowards Part 1 by Chevelle. Really good song. Came out last Wednesday.
Yeah, dude, it sounds sweet.
And the lyrics are cool. They're talking about like conspiracies and like
interesting.
Like almost like a new
May of 99
agenda or something.
That's right.
May of 99, yeah.
Yeah.
That CD's a banger.
Point 1?
Yeah.
Point number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the album?
Yeah.
That was the name of one of the songs.
I don't know if I ever heard that album.
It's good, man. I think it was before their
they made it like
before they got their label deal.
Right. It was on a small record label called Squint Entertainment.
Okay.
Squint.
Never heard of it.
It probably doesn't even exist anymore.
Probably not.
It might. If you do, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No offense.
Yeah. But then they made it big with Wonder What's Next, like real big. And ended up, what was that? That was on what record label was that? MGM or something like that. It was a big one. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but whatever label it was, they were on that label for 10 albums or whatever.
Yeah, they wrote it hard.
And their last album, Herodias, Nothing Is Real and This Is a Simulation.
Yeah.
That album was their first album not under that label. They finally finished up their contract. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why they chose to go in that direction.
Well, I think like they wanted more. I think this is like speculation. Yeah, creative freedom. I think, and then they were able to do it with that album, and then their next album's coming out sometime this year.
You know, you always hear about record labels and like the way that they treat musicians and stuff, and the way that they don't own any of their material. Like, they only get paid a certain amount. Like, you know,
tiny percentage of what it actually
and the
makes.
record label's making them like a fortune off of just nothing, but letting them record the music, I guess. I mean, that's really it.
It's crazy. But I mean, if you sign on with a big label, you're kind of like guaranteed success.
Well, yeah, but you also have to do what they tell you to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where people don't want to fall in line most of the time. And I get that.
Yeah. FourG, we're never signing.
Yeah. That's cool.
Unless someone offered us any kind of deal, then we'll probably take it.
I mean, you know, it has to be a pretty good deal, like, you know, like $5,000.
Yeah, I mean, a couple $100 and we'll do it.
$200.
We'll do 20 albums for $100.
20 albums for $100. We can have them to you by next Friday.
Yeah,
all 20.
Yeah,
all 20, and like maybe even sooner if you pay us a couple extra dollars.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably make this out tonight.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah, we really.
That's amazing.
We really need to finish up some of our songs, man. We got like so many songs that are like 90% done. We're kind of like being perfectionists now. It's like we want it to like actually be good, and we're like just not. We keep changing it, and it's like never really getting finished. But we got some pretty good stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good?
I'll show you.
We're talking like legit.
I think so.
Yeah, like ready to fly.
I think pretty good.
Yeah,
we got like this one little riff thing.
Pretty good. Is it pretty good? It's good. I think it's pretty good. It's all right. I mean, it's you know, just get off my back. Get off my back.
We have this one song that we're trying to do some vocals for.
Puppy. Yeah.
We want to get a little screamo with it.
Oh boy.
I hope this might have one scream on it, and if it does, it's the first one that Cole and I tried, and it's really bad.
Oh, sweet. Y'all like growl, scream? What are you looking for? Like, what is it? Okay, here we go. Lay down. All right.
It's a demo.
Right.
It's not the full song.
Okay. But there's lyrics after that, or
no? There's lyrics during that whole thing.
Oh, there's just no lyrics on there right now.
That's just a demo.
Okay. I got you. No vocals.
I have one with some trial vocals.
Okay.
But
it's rather short.
It would be that's not the whole song.
Yeah. How long does it go on for? What other parts do you have built for?
So the actual song is like 3.5, 4 minutes. I don't know, but it's kind of like a full verse chorus.
Okay.
Bridge, verse chorus. You
know. Nice.
Yeah. So it's called Sheol's Bell.
Sheol's Bell.
Yeah. That little bell sound is we like wrap two strings together and like pluck it, and it sounds like a bell.
Huh.
Like two middle strings, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you get that little dong.
What are you wrapping together with? No, you know what? Don't tell me. Let's let it be a secret.
All right, it's a secret.
Yeah. Just let that be like unknown.
Band secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So it's got like that bell sound, and then lyrically, there's like a raspy kind of scream, you know. I was experimenting with like the inhale screams.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, kind of stuff. But it's like a conversation. It's like a pig squeal. Yeah, it's like a conversation between.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not like the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't really know, honestly, what I want it to be, but conversation of that, and then like a softer, clean voice, and there's like a dialogue happening throughout the song,
like a call and answer.
Yeah, but like imagine like Sheol personified,
right,
talking to just some person,
Land of the Dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like Sheol's bell is like ringing, but the guy's like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, well.
And then Sheol's like, you're here, so
guess what?
Come in the front door.
Which pineapple?
So yeah, that's it's like one of our songs that like we kind of like, you know, sort of built around the riff, you know, but
yeah. So I did it. I'm watching Severance. I'm almost done with the second season.
Let's go.
It is
crazy.
Yeah, like I don't even know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I like it, but at the same time, it's just like so like droll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like it's all office based basically.
Yeah.
And when they do throw in reality,
right?
It's like weird and short lived.
Yeah.
And then they do like a whole episode where like it's all from the perspective of a different character.
Yeah.
And
what episode
like
are you on?
Out of nowhere. Let's see. There's the 9 in the second season or 10?
9.
I don't remember. I think I'm on like 6 or 7 or 8 maybe.
Tell me what happened.
Somewhere between 6 and 8.
Tell me what happened in the last one you watched.
It was this morning, so it's gonna be kind of hard to remember that far back.
This morning?
Yeah. This morning the episode was about so I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it though.
The finale's out, dude. It's true. Everyone who wants to watch it has definitely seen it.
It's true. It's true.
Just give me like a general, like what setting was it in? This is one of the ones that it's like about a different character.
So this one was about it's all about him and his wife at this point.
This episode?
Yeah, well, yeah, this episode, the one before it.
It was about the wife.
Yeah, it's all about what's it? Miss
Casey.
Miss Casey. Yeah, Miss
Dude,
Casey.
that was a sad episode. I almost did not like that episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, right.
It was funny enough. It was, you know, it was going pretty good.
And then they just
and then now
give you all
like,
these weird flashbacks.
Why do they have to do this with his wife?
They're building like all this emotional.
And he's like, he's having, you know, he had head surgery and he woke up. This episode was when he woke up, and the one that I watched this morning. And then he, that was really all we saw him the whole episode. Him having like nightmare dreams, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Trips in and out of reality.
Right.
Consciousness.
Yeah. But you watched the whole first season.
Oh yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was good.
I thought the first
season is definitely, in my opinion, so far, better than the second. I don't know how the second one ends.
I was gonna say
we'll see.
The exact same
thing.
Might
get better, but I feel like the first season was better in my opinion.
The first
so far.
season was really good. The second season, how I personally felt about it was.
Don't tell me the end yet.
I don't know
how it ends.
Was that it started off pretty slow. Like, it didn't really have a good...
I feel like every episode has been slow in the second season.
Yeah.
It just dragged.
Right. And then you kind of get these little mini biopics of other supporting characters.
Yeah.
And it is all going somewhere, but in the middle of the second season, I was like, dude, what kind of like... What?
It gets a little weird, too.
Where's this going? Yeah.
Like...
And you also have to kind of...
With the doubles, you know, the twins and stuff, and then like it's just weird in some places.
Yeah,
and then there's multiples of them, and it's like, who are these people showing up out of nowhere? Like,
kind of gotta like ignore a few things.
And all of the wire, the cut scene to like them being inside of these like wires. You remember that? I don't know if you recall this scene. It may have actually been in this episode that I watched today, but it's like them sitting at the desk. The desks are like he's watching. Watching them on the screen, and then like he is sitting in this room. The computer is attached to the wire that runs down and then connects to all these doors.
Right.
It's like, come on, what?
Yeah, that is very symbolic.
Sci-fi.
It's very symbolic.
Yeah, it is. It is
of what's to come.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It all seems neurological.
Yeah.
Speaking of neurological, have you seen what they did? Was it in Yemen? These protests that were happening, where they used these supersonic or ultrasonic, the crowd disbursement
ultrasonic weapon.
I don't remember what they call it.
Yeah. I don't know really anything about that.
No,
honestly.
They emit these frequencies that they emit everything at like a low frequency. It's like 142 I think, or 146. It's somewhere around there. But the wavelength it like causes your brain to like just feel pain and numbness, and like it makes you like not be able to think straight. Like you basically flee. And the videos of this, it's crazy. People are like, they're the whole street's flooded with people, and then they shoot this thing. You hear people blowing the whistles, but you can't hear these waves that they're sending through the crowds. But the people split in the middle of the street, like all the way down, like in a wave going down the street.
Dang.
Yeah, just
like a sea.
And they don't keep running.
They just like.
Yeah, they just spread out until they're out of the direct zone where,
Wow. 142
it's somewhere around there.
Is an audible frequency, though.
Maybe that's wrong then. It must be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't... that's also
the U.S. military
low.
did a demo for this like a year or two ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a crowd. It's like a riot prevention. Yeah.
Crowd control.
Yeah, it's riot prevention tool, riot control.
How do you feel about it? Because
I think it's dangerous.
Is it more dangerous than physically removing rioters? Is it the kind
I have to say, like,
I don't know.
I feel like it is, man.
Is it something where I could just like put in some earplugs and keep going, keep rioting, keep holding up my sign?
No.
Earplugs don't work?
No, because it's not about like you hearing it.
It's about you feeling it.
Yeah, it's what the waves do to your brain.
It's like,
yeah, with your brain, like it messes with your synapses and
just
stuff.
Like you feel pain.
The ADS, here we go. The ADS directs electromagnetic radiation.
Electromagnetic radiation. It's not even sound. That's electromagnetic radiation.
That's the same. It's the same principle as sound. Because sound comes from electromagnetism. That's why there's magnetism.
It's air moving, right?
Right. Yeah, but it's a result of the electromagnetism.
Yeah. Okay.
And the frequencies that are transmitted through it.
Electromagnetism. What's the radiation part of it?
Hold on, I'm trying to
do a little quick dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to hear. If it has like some sort of effects that we don't know about, like after the fact, like side effects, then I would say we need to watch out for that.
Oh, that's what it is, the active denial system.
Active denial system. Active denial system.
That's what it's called, bro. ADS.
We are actively denying you.
Is a direct listen, bro. It's a directed energy weapon.
Yeah.
Developed by the U.S. military, designed for area denial, perimeter security, and crowd control. Informally, the weapon is also called the heat ray. This is, I don't know, you remember Havana, the Havana sickness or whatever, that like 2 or 3 years ago? All those, there was diplomats down there from the U.S. and they all got sick, and like there had people, some of them had like teeth falling out and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah. That said that that's what this was.
That caused it?
Yeah. Since it works by heating the surface of targets, such as the skin of targeted human beings.
Oh.
Raytheon, and so it's from the heat. Raytheon had marketed a reduced range version of this technology. The ADS was deployed in 2010 with the United States military in the Afghanistan war, but was withdrawn without seeing combat. So they tested it out, basically.
That's what they say.
They didn't put it in combat.
That's what they say.
Well, it didn't put it in combat. Doesn't mean it wasn't used by like mercenaries or like black ops or things like that.
Oh, okay.
It didn't put it in combat.
It's not in combat.
Right. It's hired workers, at least agents, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't use it. We
didn't put it in combat. We just sold it to some people, or
hey man, if Carlos said he wants to borrow for the weekend,
we
man.
gave these people a grant, and they used that grant to purchase the weapon, and then maybe they used it in combat. Not our problem at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
as a capitalistic society, we are not focused on what happens to the consumer.
Can't be irresponsible.
Yeah, no. It's just like the gun companies, which I mean, to an extent, I get that.
Yeah,
but I think when it comes to an international level, maybe it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
war against another country.
That's just a whole. Moral debate.
Yeah. There's a big one there. We don't need to talk about it. On August 20th, 2010,
not right now.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department announced its intent to use this technology to control incarcerated people in the Pitches Detention Center.
In where?
Pitches.
No. What area?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
LA. Yeah.
Like jails or prisons?
Prisons. And it just says incarcerated people, but it's a detention center.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to imagine it's a prison.
So,
stating its intent to use it in operational evaluation in situations such as breaking up prisoner fights.
Interesting.
There's vehicle-mounted versions of this.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, as of 2014.
That's a crazy man. Look at that weird subwoofer he's got, man.
There we go. In 2014, there were reports that Russia and China were developing their own versions of the active denial system. And I want to say that the most recent ADS use that we're seeing all over the news, like right now, is in Yemen.
Okay. And so it's heating up your skin, supposedly.
Yeah, and I have to imagine it has other effects.
Yeah.
I have to. I mean, was it 2.4 gigahertz?
2.4 gigahertz.
I think that's what it said.
Is the frequency, like the sound frequency?
Yeah. Or that's like the wave length, maybe.
Okay. Gigahertz. Okay. I think that's a Wi-Fi. 2.4 gigs. Isn't it?
No.
It's 5 and 2.4. And 6.
Maybe. I don't remember. Hold on.
They're on my phone because it's recording us right now.
That's true, yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be
Where's your laptop, bro?
Deeply researching.
Right
I could pull up that laptop.
Yeah. Active denial system.
Get our producer Google on the show.
Here we go. The active denial system uses radio frequency millimeter waves at a frequency of 95 gigahertz.
Okay.
To create a brief, intolerable heating sensation on the skin.
Okay. That, all right.
95 gigahertz.
95 gigahertz. That sounds...
Short millimeter waves only penetrate the top layer of skin, with most of the energy absorbed within 0.4 millimeters.
So it's radio waves. It's not really sound waves.
Right. It's radio waves.
It's still crazy. That's actually, I don't like that. I like it less now.
Minimizing the risk of deeper tissue damage.
Wow, yeah.
Minimizing the risk. But don't look in the direction of it when it happens. If your eyes are open, you might have bigger problems.
Yeah. What the heck?
Because it may not penetrate your skin, but perhaps your eyes are more susceptible. Your mouth open. You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, like your glands in your mouth and things like that are more susceptible to damage than your skin, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Softer tissue.
Oh, dude. I have no idea how this works. We need to get a ADS specialist.
Effect. The heating sensation compels individuals to instinctively move to escape the energy beam. Well, have you seen the laser guns, the laser cannons that the military has been testing?
I have not.
China's been testing them, and so has the U.S.
Well, first, would you try out this ADS thing? Would you get hit with it for fun?
I don't know, man.
If I thought it was sound, and it's sound, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll do that.
Sure.
Hit me with some sound.
Sound can make you sick, though.
Like, yeah, I just want.
Really?
Yeah, I just want to try it out.
You like throw up.
I just wanted to feel it.
Yeah.
But if it's radio waves, I'm less happy about that.
Yeah, like I said, only 0.4 millimeters deep, 1/64th of an inch.
Yeah.
Which is, 1/64th of an inch doesn't seem like a lot, but if it is like half your body, that's a pretty good surface area.
It seems nuts. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a good idea.
It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah.
I wonder how much
cancer is going to be caused by this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder how much radiation is just coming off of our electronics.
And if they're worried about it, honestly, they would just throw these people some iodine pills first.
Like shoot them out in the crowd.
Yeah.
Hey, take these. We're about to hurt you.
This is what they're gonna do: is just turn iodine into a mist.
Yeah,
just spray iodine mist all over the crowd.
All I'm saying is, if I'm at a riot and they start spraying us out with water, I'm just getting more excited.
It's not water. It's all orange. Like everybody's like, "That's blood." Turns out they're just trying to make sure you don't get cancer and die from the radiation they're about to throw at you. Because they don't want a lawsuit?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Wi-Fi is
being stupid.
2.4, 5, and 6 gigahertz.
Yeah, 2.4 gigahertz. That's
just so we all know.
There was a 3 at some point too, wasn't there? I think they did like a 3 gigahertz.
I don't think that was Wi-Fi.
Maybe not.
I think that was Wi-Fi.
Yeah, probably so. Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi 3 gigahertz. 3.65?
Yeah, maybe that was what I was thinking, yeah.
But I was saying, like, I wonder how much radiation is just coming off of, like, our electronics, you know? Like this laptop sitting on my leg. It's emitting.
Like 4 gigahertz?
That's the frequency?
Because
frequency and velocity.
Look it up. You could probably
how much radiation
look, like in the computer
is this laptop?
You know what I mean? Like
in the settings.
It tells you the amount of radiation it's emitting. How much? Well, I don't think Wi-Fi really puts off any radiation. Maybe a little bit, but it's not like
you know about all these
5G towers and stuff.
5G.
Yeah, people like claiming that like it's causing health problems.
Yeah, it's like
I've seen several possibly legitimate cases. Like it's hard to deny that it's possible.
It's hard to deny that it's possible.
It's really difficult to prove it though.
The thing about 5G is it's like a smaller wave.
Yeah.
So it's a lower range wave, and so they have like a lot more
they have to put
repeaters.
Them all over the place. Yeah.
Like,
and that's they were like paying people to put them like right outside their house. Yeah.
Like if you have like.
Now these people are claiming that like their kids are getting cancer and
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there.
Like if you just have a power
This
pole.
was years ago too.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
when they first started putting them up.
Yeah. Okay.
But now you don't hear anything about it.
I'm guessing.
Whatever happened to that?
I'm guessing like COVID time.
Before, like a couple years before. 5G started a couple years before. It was like 2016, 2017, maybe.
2017?
When 5G first came out. Yeah, it's been about 8 years, somewhere around there.
Dang.
I know.
I'm thinking it's like 4 years ago.
Nah, man. We've had 5G service for more than that. if I remember correctly.
Which
I could not remember correctly.
I'll have to look it up.
But 5G service was available at different times in different places too. So,
cell phone is 1.6 watts per kilogram radiation level without separation.
What without separation, huh?
A wireless router is 1.4 watts per kilogram.
So less. So
the phone from 5 millimeters distance.
Dang, that's really close.
It's really close.
Really, really close.
I guess you don't want to be making out with a router.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on top of it. Don't use it as a pillow.
Hair dryer. This is interesting. 600 to 200 milligrams radiation level from an inch distance, which is like, if I'm guessing, about hair dryer distance.
Well, I don't know. That's pretty close for a hair dryer. 1 inch.
I feel like
you put a hair dryer 1 inch from your head, you're gonna burn your scalp.
I feel like I would do it.
It would burn your scalp. I mean, I've used a hair dryer to like melt the glue and remove cell phone faces.
Yeah,
and it works well.
Yeah, I guess
they get hot.
Maybe I'm not used to like a good one. Maybe.
Yeah, they get hot. Especially like the old ones.
Right.
You could actually see the element getting red hot inside. Yeah. You know, actually.
But that's just heat. I don't understand how that's putting off radiation.
Well, heat is radiation.
I don't understand radiation.
Heat is radiation energy.
Heat is radiation energy.
Yeah, heat is like what comes with the radiation. Like radiation puts off heat.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So when the particles break down, they create heat.
Right.
And they move in fast.
What particles are breaking down?
Well, just from the chemical reaction, like that's taking place with the electricity, the polarity shifting back and forth, and the atoms are being disrupted.
But it's just air. It's chemical reaction.
It's electricity flowing through metal with air flowing over it.
Right.
Right. And so the amount of electricity is amplified inside the system, and the heat generates radiation, from the electricity and the metal, and then that
transfers to the air.
Right, and then transfers into the air, and the air blowing across it.
Is the air carrying the radiation?
Theoretically, I mean, in a sense, yeah, it's helping, it's directing it, if you will.
Yeah, I think I don't really understand it, but I think like deep down inside, I do understand it.
Okay, yeah, it's just I feel like that's a pretty good explanation for it. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. I can imagine it's not. But I feel like it's a pretty good layman's term explanation for, heat from radiation.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'll sell it
for $1.
Sell it for $2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So radiation.
But yeah, they've got these crazy energy weapons now that they're putting forward with the military.
The laser,
laser cannons, or what? I think it's plasma. Not actually lasers.
Plasma.
I'm not sure though.
Now I know that they're
working on plasma, but it was just a different state of matter.
Right.
One of the 5 now. Possibly.
5 states of matter.
Yeah, possibly.
Technically, it's the 4th.
Feels like they just keep coming up with more. No, there was 4.
Plasma is the 4th.
Yeah, plasma would be the 4th.
Yeah. How many stages of matter did you learn in school?
4.
4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only remember 3.
Yeah, they introduced plasma to us when I was in 6th or 7th grade, maybe.
Maybe they gave us plasma,
I don't remember when they discovered plasma.
They caveated it. It's it's not really a state of matter, but it's also there.
Tim Alvarito talked about a really interesting thing that has to do with
plasma
discoveries being withheld in school learning.
Oh yeah.
Not really withheld, but just pulled from the light and never really talked about. He mentions Bob Lazar a couple times in this conversation that he had with Michael Knowles, and
what podcast was that?
It was just a Michael Knowles sit down episode basically that he does with different people. He's talked to some crazy people.
Yeah,
supposedly the world's smartest man.
Who's that?
Got the highest IQ. Some country boy from like Ohio, I think.
What?
Yeah, bro, it's a ridiculous story, but he's got like a ridiculously high IQ.
That's not what I expected, honestly.
You wouldn't.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You're not interrupting me.
Sorry to cut you off. I changed the trajectory of the conversation to Ohio boy.
It's all right, man.
But that did really take me out.
People in Ohio would be offended that you said that. They're smart in Ohio. Man.
I would like to talk about Ohio,
There's some
but
smart people in
I just
Ohio,
didn't really
bro.
expect the conversation to
sorry
go there.
To anybody that's offended out there, anybody from Ohio,
That's just a shocker to me.
let this not be an insult to your intelligence.
I mean, what is a?
I don't know that he's actually from Ohio. I just kind of threw that one out there because I wasn't.
So you
sure.
just kind of you made a generalization.
I just guessed.
So
I know.
really,
I'm pretty sure it was Midwest, but you
were like kind of potentially
that general area.
Okay.
But Ohio, I don't know if they consider themselves the Midwest or not, but I do.
Dude, Midwest doesn't make any sense.
It's not even a real thing. Yeah, I know, it's just made up.
And it's like
I'll go along with that.
It's not in the West, and it's not in the middle. It's
been
like
around long enough.
The Midwest is the North Central.
Right. It's more like the mid-northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midwest makes no sense.
It doesn't. But he also talked to like a current what's exorcist?
A current exorcist?
Yeah.
Michael Knowles or
Michael Knowles talked to one. Yeah. He talked to several different people.
Was it
wild.
Father?
I don't remember his name.
Father.
Maybe if you said it, maybe.
Father Michaels.
Nope. I don't think so.
Was he from Ohio?
No. No, he wasn't from Ohio.
An Ohioan exorcist.
My sister lived in Ohio for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her.
Do you? Man.
I'm just kidding, man.
It's okay. I was kind of a weird spot anyways. They were out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been to Ohio.
Yeah, they were out in the country.
It's not much to look at.
I mean, from what I saw, there wasn't. It was just long roads and
how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and a house every once in a while. Although my brother-in-law at the time, his uncle had a house that was built in the hill.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Like a walkout basement?
If you didn't know it was his driveway going to his house.
Oh, like a disguised house.
If coming off the main road, you just turn down this little dirt path and go down a little ways, and you can just pull up and stop and get out and look back.
Oh.
And it's like carved out and into the hill. It's a sweet house.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's low enough into the hill that he doesn't have to have any kind of like HVAC system or nothing.
Yeah. Geothermal.
Turn a fan on every once in a while.
Geothermal, baby.
Yeah, just keep it, oh man, that's sweet.
I love geothermal.
It's all stone and like clay, dirt.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Man, that's in
he's
Ohio?
In the woods, like he can sit on his front porch and just shoot deer.
Is this house in Ohio?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give Ohio a couple points back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd like to live somewhere like that one day. It'd be really neat.
That'd be pretty awesome.
I don't know if I'd want to do it permanently though.
Live in Ohio?
Well, yeah. Live in Ohio. I definitely don't want to live in Ohio. No offense to people in Ohio.
So, The Exorcist, what was he talking about?
I didn't listen to that one yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just listened to the Tim Alberino episode.
And he was talking about how things aren't...
Talked a lot about the ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
Timekeeping, things like that. You know what I learned that I've never really heard too many of these people talking about is like the counting system. You don't hear too many people talking about how they counted completely differently than we do.
Yeah.
And
you do the finger thing?
Yeah. Like they based 12 instead of base 10. And so, like, their calendars were different.
Right.
Everything was different.
Well, isn't that where we get the calendar from? Base 12?
Yeah, but they had 13 months.
Oh, did they?
They did.
What was the 13th month?
Adar.
That's
Yeah.
a cool name.
Well, there was, it wasn't, like, the same exactly as what we have now. This is, like, the Hebrew calendar.
Was there leap years in the Hebrew calendar?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
What was Adar, do you know? in the months.
I don't. Maybe I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure, man.
ADAR.
I believe so, but I think that's when they. Man, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've read anything about it, but yeah, it makes you wonder. Like, if you look at the mathematical system and the difference in the way that they counted versus the way that we counted, and then you consider the ages that are given for the people that live
in the
Bible.
Yeah.
It seems perhaps that their lives were counted in multiples of 12s. Like, they counted the years in multiples of 12s. And, like, if you divide them by 12, they all divide evenly and, like, will give you a reasonable number for somebody to die.
But lots of them only lived to like 120 years.
Well, yeah, after the flood.
Oh,
I'm talking about
antediluvian.
Yeah, pre-diluvian.
Antediluvian.
Sure, whatever.
The same thing. Anti means pre-er.
Yeah.
I think
we are living in antediluvian, right?
No, antediluvian is pre. I think anti is like, think about like ante in poker. It's like your pre.
Sure. What would you call it afterwards then?
Post-diluvian.
Why not just pre then?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what the word for after is.
Stupid.
Look it up, man. I'm looking up something else right now. 13-month, 28-day alternative calendar.
There you go.
Has been used for more than 6,000 years.
There you go.
Prehistoric India and China.
Yep.
And throughout South America. The Essenes, the Egyptians, the Polynesians, Maya, Inca, Lakota, and Cherokee use a 13-month, 28-day calendar. That sounds pretty cool to me.
It is.
Should we start doing it? Just you and me?
We live on a different calendar.
Are you free the 14th? Yeah.
Wait, my 14th or your 14th?
I think that would be pretty fun. We should try that out. The other thing about antediluvian dates and like ages of people.
Yeah.
One little tidbit I'll throw in here.
Here we go.
I don't really have a good source for.
Oh, okay, good.
Is that the Sumerians?
Yeah.
That were predominant, in the
Sumer
time of Moses. I'm thinking. I guess I would say.
Sure.
They
even prior. Yeah.
They
or anti.
No, that's a different word.
No.
That's not the right word. That's not the right usage of that.
Yeah, it is.
They aged people based on like their quality of life. So it's like, oh, this guy lived 900 years. He had a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Or this guy lived 100 years. He didn't live well. You know what I mean? Like, everybody hated him. He was like always stealing people's stuff.
Yeah.
And then you take Enoch.
Right.
Remember how many years he lived?
I don't.
365.
365. Okay.
The amount of times that the Earth revolves around the sun. Theoretically, a perfect life. Like the perfect number. And so, like, them saying 365 years is like, somehow they're saying that Enoch didn't. He was a righteous man, right?
It's not. You said 365.
I think.
How many times the Earth rotates around the sun?
How many days in a year?
Yeah, how many times the Earth rotates in one?
What did I say?
In one orbit of the sun.
Right. What did I say? How much times the sun revolves around the Earth?
We got it. I just wanted to make sure it was clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Days is what
right. So it's just basically he lived a year with 365 years.
Right.
So a
perfect cycle. Right.
Right. Okay.
So chew on that.
Was that an age?
That was how old he said.
But I'm saying, like, is that an age?
365?
I have to feel like it's more than that, though.
Enoch?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about Enoch's age. I'm just like an age.
Like a time period.
Yeah. How long do you think an age is? You always hear like the end of an age.
How many years is an age?
Yeah.
I think it varies, man. I think it's not really set by time. I think it's set by circumstances.
What kind of circumstances?
Like how much ice is there?
Ice?
For example.
So it's temperature based.
No, that's just one thing. It's like, man, this Earth has been like covered in ice, and then all of a sudden it's not covered in ice. I guess that was the ice age.
Ice age. And now it's warm age.
Now we're just making a bunch of stuff out of rocks. I guess it's the
we had Bronze Age, Stone Age. Yeah.
Like technologies, I don't know how long those ages were.
I have to imagine thousands of years.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. When does this one come in?
The one we're in now?
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
You think?
That's what I hear.
That's what I hear. I keep hearing. That's what they keep saying.
Age of Pisces?
Is that what this is?
I think.
Oh.
What age
is it
are
the
we in?
year of Pisces? You talking about like the Chinese calendar thing, whatever?
What age are we in?
I don't speak Mandarin, so I don't know. And only a touch of Cantonese.
Okay, I guess there's like different types of ages. So you have, so we are currently in the Cenozoic era, often referred to as the age of mammals, which it began approximately 66 million years ago. That's a very long age.
66 million?
This is just what our producer is telling us here.
Oh.
The Cenozoic era, often referred to as the age of mammals.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Just doesn't seem right because I feel
We've
like
risen above the competition.
I feel like the last age was not 66 million years ago. I feel like there's been a lot of ages since then. Anyway, in terms of astrology, we are transitioning into the age of Aquarius, although some sources still refer to the current astrological age as Pisces.
Interesting.
Thus, the answer can vary based on whether you're asking about geological or astrological context.
Now, see, what's interesting is if you look back, that was another thing that they talked about was the date of the last apocalyptic events, basically that was the flood, and like Tim Alvarino is a firm believer that the Sphinx was built during that time, and that was during the last apocalyptic. Age. Yeah, that was the body of a lion. And the head of a eagle, I think he said.
Oh, an eagle.
Or I think it was a bird.
Oh, and they replaced it with the guy's head.
Yeah. And so he believes that it was like like astrologically based. Like they were in the shifting between these two astrological ages.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't necessarily think that's wrong.
I mean, it could be true, but at the same time, that's also assuming that these stars were shining in with the same brightness, the same intensity that they are now.
Okay, well,
6,000 years ago, and that these constellations were clearly evident to the people of the time.
I think that's possible.
It could
because
be. How far back do those things go? It's gotta be a long time. Göbekli
Tepe.
Yeah.
Göbekli.
Whatever.
Göbekli Tepe.
I'm not Turkish.
They have constellations, in their stones and stuff, and they're all accurate.
Yeah,
like very accurate.
They are. That was after.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was.
But it still was potentially 14,000, whatever, 10,000 years.
How long was it, like 120 years?
Huh?
How long were they on the boat?
140?
How long were they I think it was 120. I think it was 40, 40, and 40. Pretty sure it was even.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
140.
I fit into 120. 40, 40, 40.
Oh, 40, 40, 40.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
120. Maybe.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, that could be right.
But I feel, for some reason, I feel like I remember that being right. But yeah, I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then after things settle back down.
Well, this gets messy, man.
They go and they bury Göbekli Tepe.
That was 14,000 years ago, right?
It was when it was built.
But, like, some people say that Noah's flood was only 5,000 years ago.
Yeah, 6 to 5. Well, 6 to, 5, somewhere between 5 and 7, maybe. Who knows? Exactly. But
so it's like,
yeah.
Then the Sumerians are like, you had a pretty good life. I think it was like 1,000 years.
Yeah, I don't remember the length of time that it takes for the Earth to make a full. Because the Earth doesn't just orbit. It rotates on its axis as it orbits, and so it's what do they call it? It starts with a P, I think.
P.
Processing is what it's called. As it goes around the sun, it's processing on its axis.
Okay.
And so like, but that takes, there's a length of time. They've worked it out and found out how long it takes to complete a full precession. And it's like 144,000 years or something like that.
44,000?
I think so. Yeah. It's a long time.
Dang.
To actually end up in the exact same position
that it was.
Yeah. That's like wherever you're starting from, that's how long it takes for it to get back to that position.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The really, really crazy thing, in my opinion, is the consistency. The fact that they're able to nail it down, that it's consistent enough to trace it back, that we believe that it's accurate.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not moving any closer to the sun over that long of a period of time to become out of sync with its previous
because if it did, it would really throw us off.
You feel like with how long the Earth has been around that we would be closer to the sun.
Getting closer.
Right. I mean, where's the gravitational pull?
To the sun.
Are we not being pulled in because of the planets that are beyond us?
I don't think so.
Is there enough gravitational mass behind us away from the sun that
I think we have our own gravitational.
Well, of course we do. That's what keeps the moon nearby.
So we're pulling.
But the moon, they've even proven that the moon is moving away. So we're moving away from the sun then.
The moon is moving away from the Earth?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we're moving away from the sun.
Well, theoretically, it would be the same idea, unless the sun's gravitational pull is such that the Earth cannot advance ahead of its pull in its orbit. Because currently what's happening is like the Earth rotates, right? Pretend there's like a stick hanging off the Earth basically as it rotates, and it's pushing the moon along. And because the moon is like dragging, it eventually like gets pushed ahead and moves slightly away until the Earth catches back up because of the wobble of the Earth, because of the water. Because of the way that the water moves, it doesn't spin at a constant rate.
It doesn't?
It does not. It's pretty close, but it's enough that it allows the moon to get ahead of the gravitational pull and then slide away and get caught. Is
that what tides are?
That's what creates the tides. It's the releasing and the catching of the moon in Earth's gravitational pull.
Why have I never heard that?
Because they don't really teach that in science classes. Yeah,
they definitely don't. All I remember is like, the moon makes tides, and because
the moon does make the tides, but that's how.
So, man, it's crazy. But the moon is like if the moon is like facing you, if you're on if you're standing on the Earth and you're looking at the moon, it's like,
which it is because it's tidally locked. It doesn't rotate.
It doesn't rotate.
The moon.
Does it rotate?
It's tidally locked with the Earth. The moon does not rotate. It doesn't spin.
Well, but it goes around.
It goes around us. Yeah. But the same side is always facing us. Yeah,
what I mean is like,
locked.
Yeah. But like in its rotation around the Earth,
right?
And it's facing you.
Yeah, it is always facing us. Yeah.
That means that it's always facing us, but it could be behind us. If you're standing on...
Certainly, yes, but you'd never see that.
I know.
Yeah. If you could look through the Earth, though, yeah.
I'm not really trying to see the dark side of the moon. I'm just saying, when the moon is in front of you, if you're on the Earth, that's pulling the water. The water is getting pulled toward the moon. Am I right?
In a sense, yeah. It's more than one force there interacting.
It's more than one force.
Yeah, way more than one. Like, you've got the gravity from the Earth, the gravity from the moon. You've got the force of the moon and the Earth, like in congruent, like working together. Mm-hmm. And then you have the water just moving on the Earth
because of rotation.
Right, because of rotation and because of the previous, shift from the gravity.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's what I'm getting at.
Because I feel like in school, that's what I learned basically.
Sure.
The moon, it's just kind of like pulling the water around with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. But again, it's also because the fact that the Earth
makes sense that the water moves around.
But it's slowly moving away. Like it's only like a quarter of an inch like every year. Huh. Yeah, it's nothing really in the grand scheme of space, but eventually
we
will lose it. It will slip beyond our gravitational field.
And it goes to whoever wants it.
We'll have massive tsunamis when we throw that moon off. It's gonna,
maybe we'll catch another moon.
Perhaps. I mean, maybe I gotta go anyways.
Okay. Well, thanks, Alex.
Bye.